I also own you, antimatter Morty.
The violent Andy walking barefoot, smell of defeat. Got the squad rolling deep, can't stand on their feet. The fear on the grip, hands in the dough, funny pot. Sticky fingers, palmer looking, the block stay hot. Cyraxx, shadow boxing, swinging at the air, undefeated in delusion. Reality don't care, Jupiter creeping, got the whole crew shook. Predator vibes, got a band from the book. Josh Block got the hell, bottle in his clutch. Captain of a ship that's been sinking too much. Over Andy Wildman, can't step to the throne. Rory drop the mic, let them reap what they've sown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and thanks for stopping by the channel again today. We are doing another episode. This is part 2 out of 3, covering DeathByDesign's interviews with Cyraxx's sister aunt, Dale Lynn. For context, if you haven't seen yesterday's video, DeathByDesign interviewed Dale Lynn, asking questions about Sally's enabling, Chance's experiences in high school, and how trolling has affected their family. She doesn't seem to like Chance very much, but she does do a lot of excuse-making for his behavior, and she tries to act like Sally is not at all responsible for the things that Chance does online, which I couldn't disagree with more. So now, we're going to get into part 2 of the interviews, and see what else Dale Lynn wanted to share about what goes on behind the scenes at the Lloyd Street house. So now, without further rambling, let's get right into it.
There would have been no stopping.
The whole thing is as soon as that dude stepped onto the sidewalk, that's when it became.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video? Because if you watch the video, which here's the problem, you can't argue with video. The video shows that when Chance came out the door, he actually was on the sidewalk. And when Chance, the side angle, there's a side angle from your neighbor's house where you see directly, he's on the sidewalk and Chance comes out. He grabs it. He's got the little bat in his hand. He smacks the bat in his hand a couple times, comes down the stairs and starts swinging like a dainty little bitch. But he swung. Did you see it? The little jump kicks he was doing? No. Like, it's immediate. Like, dude grabbed the bat.
I didn't see anything. I only went by what I was told happened. Yeah. The guy was on the lawn, and when Chance went to swing as he was swinging, dude stepped onto the sidewalk.
This little detail that everyone in that family always tries to get caught up on, they try to act like it was this barely out of bounds thing, like a foul ball that was right over the line, like, oh, Chance was totally in the right, but then he took one step back onto the sidewalk and it was fine, and it was like, the whole situation was completely wrong to begin with. They're talking about the Aware of Myself baseball bat incident. There's like a bunch of angles from a bunch of different neighbors. Chance comes out of the house, he runs down the porch, he runs all the way across the lawn, he has to cover a ton of distance to even get close to Aware of Myself, and the whole time, Aware of Myself is on the sidewalk, he is not on their property, he was totally allowed to be there, he was peacefully holding a sign, he's not doing anything crazy. Chance also told the lie that there was an angry mob of like 13 people outside, like chanting on the lawn, and that wasn't true either. There were like maybe 2 neighbors who periodically came out just to see why there was a guy holding a sign. Like, their entire version of the story is all a fantasy. It's all nonsense meant to make Chance look like less of a criminal.
That's what I was told. See, I don't watch the videos anymore.
Well, if that's what you were told, but there's a video showing otherwise, what are we gonna go by? Like, our eyes, the things that we physically see, or what Sally, your pathological lying mother, told you happened? All these people are dense, I swear.
Yeah.
This girl learned to keep her ass out of shit.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, but
I don't want to be pulled into it.
See, the thing is, like, if there's ever a situation that's questionable with your family or what Chance is doing, I can damn near guarantee you there's going to be some type of video evidence that he did some shit.
Well, my mom's going to see it when she goes sit in that courtroom now, ain't she?
Yeah.
She's going to have to speak up for her damn self. I mean, yeah. I feel sorry for
they're
my
coming,
mom.
They're coming, but I think it's something she needs to face. It's something she needs to see. Like, you can't close your eyes to this forever. You can't. When that shit with Billy happened, that was a wake-up call. When that shit with her happened, that was another wake-up call. Who else has to get hurt? That's like people's problem. Who else, like, when does this have to turn to a real girl? When does this have to turn into a real person for people to take this seriously? Like, he needs to be in help. He needs to not be in that household, like, terrorizing your mom. And
here where we live, there's no actual assisted living where Chance could go. Like, there's nothing specific for his type of problems. Like,
well, his problem is that he's a violent predator. So there is an assisted living place for him. It's called prison. I know they have prison in Ohio.
Like, you know what I mean? Other than being locked up, there's nothing.
See, okay. And I also, like, I'm from Chicago, so, like, I'm close to a big city, so I know, like, the realisticness of, like, having to be on waiting lists, like, His probably one option would be like homeless shelters for a while until, you know what I mean, which no one can
Which
do that. I get
here they're
your mom's not gonna do that to him, so I understand that.
no
But
no
like,
no 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 no. It's not that. They're full. She's called around. They're full.
I don't believe that Sally has called around to homeless shelters. I don't believe that at all. Sally's admitted on multiple occasions that she gets food stamps for him. She also definitely just thinks of him as being like her little baby that she needs to protect. There's not a thought in my mind that believes Dale Lynn, based on everything that I know, to the embarrassing degree that I've looked into this family, that she has ever even considered, even on the worst night, putting him in a homeless shelter. No matter how bad it gets, when he strangled her, she refused to press charges. When the police came to arrest him for the baseball bat incident, you can hear her in the background going, "We have a right to defend ourselves here. He didn't do anything wrong." So it's just like I 100% cap on that. Dale Lynn is a super unreliable narrator here. She clearly believes, she doesn't even watch the videos, which she just admitted herself. She just believes whatever Sally and Chance tell her, which the two of them are both like the most notorious liars I've ever seen.
oof.
They are full here. We have encampments here, tent encampments here. The city, I mean, they're every night they go to these encampments and kick these people out. Well, where else are these people supposed to go? The shelters are full.
Right.
Like my son, okay, this is how into like punishment I am in. My son has this girlfriend who was living in my house and she was stealing my stuff.
Oh hell no. Oh no.
Hold on. I evicted her. Literally, I went to the court and I evicted her. Because I evicted her, my son still wanted to be with her. Now, this girl is violent towards my son. And I figured evicting her was the way to get her away from my son.
Okay, just to cut in for a second here. Every member of this family is like this. Other than Chance's older brother Buddy, who was taken by the state and raised by a completely different group of people, and I think that's the only reason that he's normal, is because he wasn't raised by these people. They're all in these relationships where people have their son's adult girlfriend. Their adult son is still living with them, and then their adult son's girlfriend comes to live with them, just like Heather did, and multiple girls have actually done over the years. Just like Heather did with Cyraxx. They're all stealing things from each other. It's just such like trailer park, hills have eyes. This is not normal. This is not a normal way to live, having your 30-year-old son live at home and then his trashy girlfriend moves in and steals stuff from you. But for this family, it's like a universal experience.
Nope. They living in my garage because I refuse to let my son in this house with that girl.
What kind of line in the sand is that? I evicted them, but then my son still wanted to be with her, so I let them back into the house, but only in the garage. Like, so you didn't evict them then? You just gave them a worse room. That's like saying Sally evicted Chance because she moved him from the basement to the attic. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Someone steals from you. Someone steals from you. Yeah, that's unforgivable. Like I don't know.
But they
never
live in
agree
homeless.
with that shit.
My son is right along with her, living homeless. I don't want her in my garage either. But like,
Right. But that's the thing. At some point, like you have to realize you're not helping your child by protecting them. At some point, you have to realize you're harming them, and like it's past that
why
point.
do you think my son is out of my house? I mean,
Right.
He's not in your house. He's in your garage. You're still housing him. You're still giving him shelter. You're still giving him a roof over his head. She's as much of an enabler as Sally is.
No, I'm talking about from Sally's point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
my son has no amenities.
well, good. You know, shit. Like, you know, hopefully he gets his shit together. You know, like.
Well, see.
Like I said, I'm not a perfect person, so I'm not going to sit here and act, you know what I mean? Like, I did dumb shit too. And like,
he's 27. He's 27. He's had a really great job. And he missed an appointment for one of his court dates, and he got picked up.
Okay, so that's 100% his fault. It's your fault if you're on parole and your entire freedom and your life and your employment hinges on making it to court dates and you miss a court date. That's your fault. This is being an adult. This is having responsibility. These excuses that they make for each other as if, you know, their 27 or 35-year-old son can't make it to an appointment on time and it's actually other people should give them, like, this is why they think the way that they do. Their parents give them all this leeway, so then they think the world should give me more leeway, so then they operate on the basis of, like, you know, if I miss an appointment or if I say I'm going to do something I don't, then everybody's going to let it go because my mom always let it go, and then they freak out and they don't know what to do when their boss or law enforcement doesn't let it go. And it's like, that's not, you failed to set them up for the world. She's saying 27 as if 27 years old is like 20. Like, she's saying it like it's really young. I'm 27. I've signed multiple leases. I've had multiple apartments. I've had different jobs. I've had to, like, apply to jobs and get certifications. I've gone to school. I've gone back to school. Like, at 27 years old, you are a full-fledged adult and you should have tons of life experience. And she's out here going, well, you know, he's only 27 and he missed a court date, so it's totally okay that he lives with his kleptomaniac girlfriend in my garage. Like, what are we on about right now?
Yeah, I know how that is.
This girlfriend was supposed to call his job and let his job know every single day that he has not been let out yet.
And now it's the girlfriend's fault. It's always the girlfriend's fault with the Wilkins family.
You know, we're working on his bond. We haven't gotten it yet, you know, to let his job know so that his job was still there when he got out.
Right.
She never called. He got a no call, no show for 3 days, so my son doesn't have a job anymore.
Your son doesn't have a job anymore because he's a criminal who missed a court date. And why didn't you call? If you think this girlfriend is so trashy and she's such a thief, why did you trust her to make the phone call? Why didn't you do it?
Yeah, shit.
My son is a chef, for crying out loud. He's a chef.
Well, not anymore. Now he's an unemployed felon.
And has no job, and he's now living in a garage, homeless.
I have a culinary degree. I graduated similar.
Oh my god, I'm going to pause it every 2 seconds that she does this because I'm losing it right now. She just said, he's a chef, but he doesn't have a job. So he's not a chef. And then she said, he's homeless, but he's living with me in my garage. So he's not homeless. Everything she's saying is an oxymoron. Oh my god, I could shake these people.
Cum laude in my class. I love that shit. But then I actually got into a kitchen and I was like, this is just too much for me. Everyone's on coke and mad. Like, not a good environment.
My son left school in 7th grade, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, me and my son both have bipolar. Mine is, I try to kill myself, and I do you try to kill myself sometimes.
See, and that's another thing people get offended about with Chance. That's another thing people get offended about because some of us have had traumatic lives and actually attempted self-harm. And for him to get up there and be like, I've tried to kill myself, when you put a stylus to your back, like, stop it.
Why is she volunteering all this very intimate information about herself and her son to Death by Design? I could almost understand why she would take this call to try to defend Sally and maybe to throw Chance under the bus a little bit and add some context to the situation. But, like, the fact that she's now telling this person, who she knows is actively a troll, all about, like, her son and his crimes and, you know, different people in the family's addiction issues and her mental health issues. It's like, why are you, like, where is the privacy? Where is the desire to not put all of your info out there to strangers? You don't even know this guy's name.
No, I've taken, I'm on a lot of prescription medications for health issues, and I've literally taken all of them and but I've literally, because in my brain was telling me that it would be better for everybody if I was gone. This is what my brain tells me.
Yeah.
I cry for days on end where I can't take it anymore, and then I attempt something.
Yeah.
So I just cut out a ton there, like a ton. But she just went off on like a 2.5 minute long rant in great detail, talking about the attempts that she has supposedly made and why she feels that way and how it's not her fault, it's her brain's fault. And it's just like, in any other scenario, like if somebody was talking about having those urges, I would immediately feel bad. And I don't mean to lump her in with Chance, but it's just everything about this family. It's like they all sympathy bait. They all overshare. I don't know. I get a weird vibe where she's saying it, where it feels soulless. Like nothing about it feels genuine. It doesn't feel like she's actually conveying any emotion. It just feels like she's going through the motions of saying this stuff because everyone in that family has learned that when you say this stuff, it makes other people feel bad, which makes them press you less. It makes them expect less of you. It makes them feel less comfortable to hold you accountable for things because they don't want to set you off. And it just feels like that's what she's doing here.
I'm on medication now that I don't do that. actually stop and think my grandkids would be horribly sad if I was gone.
Yeah, don't
So I stepped
like.
back.
There's nothing. I don't know.
My
I got to a point. I don't know if this helps you at all, but I got to a point in life where you just like you have to realize as bad as things get, there's always gonna
there's
be.
always another day.
Yeah, and not only that, like there's people out there who have it way worse. Like the shit we go through, like people would kill to have our problems. You know what I mean? In some sense. So like you have to realize there's people out there who have it way worse, and we have roofs over our heads. You know what I mean? Like good people in our
Yeah, if it
lives. Like
wasn't,
that shit to be grateful for.
if
You
it
know?
was not for my roommate, if it was not for my roommate, I wouldn't have anywhere to live. I mean, I have my car, but like I wouldn't be able to pay for anything else. That's what my check pays for is my car.
Yeah.
I get widows disability benefits because my husband passed away. And I was getting disability because of a lot of the problems that I have. I mean,
Once again, the poor, poor taxpayer of Ohio. She's on regular disability. She's on widow's disability. She's definitely getting government health care because she just said that she's on tons of different medications, but she has no job, so she's not getting health care through an employer, so the taxpayer is paying for. I wonder, like, really, I would love to do an experiment the way that like the Lolcow dentist looked into what's actually wrong with like Chance's teeth and his dental health. I would love to sit down with like someone involved in finance, but someone specifically who worked on the side of the system of like welfare benefits and SNAP benefits, and try to figure out between like Cyraxx, Ed, Sally, Dale, Lynn, how much money per year, including all the police calls, all the overtime hours of all the cops having to go out there to the house constantly, everything down to like the gas that they use driving the police cars there, like every impact that they have that costs money to Ohio. I would love to know like in any given year what they cost. It's got to be astronomical. It's probably an amount that would make you like seethe with rage if you're someone who like works and sees taxes come out of your check every week.
it took me 6 years for Social Security to say, yes, she is truly disabled.
Yeah, it's a battle and a half.
I mean, I have my records are so freaking thick that it's like, why would it even take 6 years? Like my lawyer was like, why has it taken you 6 years? Like,
Yeah, you gotta love the bureaucracy and red tape. I mean, everything's like a process. So yeah.
Yeah, but if you like, okay, black people, they get welfare and SSI like a snap of a finger.
Of course, and now we're getting into the racism. It always goes back to racism with the Wilkins family. She just said that people who are not white have a significantly easier time getting welfare and disability and getting government benefits. She said it's like a snap of their fingers that people who are not white get those benefits. It's wild how they were not even talking about that. They weren't talking about race. DeathByDesign didn't even bring this up, and she just finds a way to shoehorn racism into the conversation because that's like literally what they all do all the time. This is the same thing as like Chance gets mad at a white person and calls them an N-word boy just because he thinks that's the worst thing you can say. It's the first time I heard this listening to this interview, I was like, oh my god, what the, like where did that even come from?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then like the other people that are coming here, okay, where I live now, it's called the International District because we have everybody from Nepal, India, Pakistan, Africa, like all these immigrated people, they come here. You know what the government gives them? They give them a house.
Really?
Yeah, they give them a house. They give them a car.
What the
They're on welfare. If they have some sort of they get Social Security, like right off the bat.
Okay, what is she on about? Regardless of how you feel about people from other countries being able to get some type of a benefit when they come here, whether you think that's right, whether you think that's wrong, she is vastly exaggerating. This is like Facebook mom talking points. Random immigrants from Nepal are not spawning in Ohio and being given a free car by the government. That is not a thing. I was literally able to find one organization online that does that called Rides for Refugees. It's in Columbus, Ohio, and it's not a government program. It's like a privately funded charity. I also just gotta say, I don't feel bad for her when she's getting upset that immigrants are supposedly getting more free stuff than she's getting, because she's also getting free stuff. All her stuff is free too. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it so convenient how every single member of the Wilkins house, none of them are lazy, they all just have a very serious disability that was so serious that it took them like 6 years to even get it approved as one in the first place, and they had to get a lawyer and fight. And yes, I know that people who have actual disabilities sometimes have a very, very, very hard time getting approved for things, even when they have all the evidence, but every member of the Wilkins family is a pathological liar. They're all lazy, none of them work, and they all want free shit. And I just think it's so funny that she's like, what do you mean this person from Nepal is getting more free shit than me? Because from my perspective, I'm just like, well, I don't get any free shit at all. Everything that I have to like work all day and night for, and if I want to ever make more than I make now, I have to like go to school and do overtime and make connections, and I don't know. If you're not in the free shit crowd, it's funny hearing somebody who's in one corner of the free shit crowd being jealous of somebody who's in the other corner of the free shit crowd and try to make you, well, you have a less of a claim to the free stuff than me, and really I should be getting more free stuff than you. And it's like, well, I don't get any, so I don't really care. I would rather not pay for your free shit or this fictional person from Nepal's free shit, but I don't really get an option. I have to pay for you and your son who lives in the garage, who's a felon and his thief girlfriend, to get your hot pockets anyway, so it's all the same to me.
Taxpayer dollars.
I'm like,
Is that
6
okay?
years.
Do you think is Sally just keeping him around because of the check? Like, is that why she
doesn't
puts
get a
up with
check.
this shit? Okay,
No, he's not on Social Security.
okay, he's not getting a check, but she's getting a check for being his healthcare.
No.
Why is she yelling about everything? Why does she always feel the need to cut him off and go, no, 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 no? Like her voice gets all high. She like she talks like a teenage girl, and she's like in her 40s with kids.
My mom gets her Social Security check because my mom is over 65.
So Chance
That is
has
the only
zero.
Social Security-
Chance provides $0 to that household. There's
Zero.
nothing coming in.
Again, that's not true because they get food stamps for him. They get food stamps. Food stamps go by the number of people that are in your household. Having another adult in your household who's not employed is going to add to your food stamps benefit. You're going to get more food stamps because of that. So if Chance was kicked out of the household, they would go from 3 people down to 2, and they would get less money for food stamps, so that's not true. And I doubt that's the only benefit they're getting for him. Maybe at this time it was. I'm sure that there's other things that are in play as well, but at the very, very, very least, they get food stamps for him.
Zero, zilch, nada.
Because, okay, there's an argument that, okay, he's special needs. Is he not special needs? Well, if he is special needs, then she would be able to...
Wait. He used to get Social Security, okay? Up until 14 years ago when they left Florida and they came here.
Right.
Something happened between Florida Social Security and Ohio
Social Security
that it didn't transfer.
See, I don't understand that because Social Security is a government program, so it should be, I would imagine laws or rules should be, but then each state can do things differently, so I guess independently, yeah.
But Social Security is a federal program, so that doesn't even make sense. The only difference in your Social Security that has anything to do with the state that you live in goes by cost of living. You know, if you're in California, you're going to get a different Social Security amount because of the high cost of living than you are if you live in like West Virginia where there's a lower cost of living. But whether or not you're approved for Social Security, like whether or not you get a check at all, has nothing to do with what state you live in. The only thing that I'm aware of that would affect your Social Security between states would be A, the cost of living, and B, I think there's a couple states that tax Social Security. I know Colorado taxes your Social Security. I think Connecticut is one. I know there's a couple of them. I read this in school at one point. There's a handful of states, I don't think it's more than 10, that still tax your Social Security, and the rest don't. But like if you get approved to receive that check, that's approval across all 50 states because it's a federal program.
When you move from state to state, you have to go into that government office and say, "Hey,
Right.
I have moved here,
Right.
and this is my address."
Yeah, I wonder what would be the complication, because if she qualified for it in Florida, why the fuck wouldn't you be able to qualify for it? I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't know.
she went straight to Social Security when she first got here, because I was on the road with my husband and she was staying at my house.
Has she
watching
tried
my kids.
since then, or she just gave up? She just kind of was like, all right, it's not going to happen, and just whatever.
I don't know. I don't know, because like I don't get in my mom's business. It's not
I know
my
there was
business.
there was a girl that dated Chance for a few months, Tangerine Cat, and she was actually a troll and got a lot of information out of him. She got a recorded phone call with Sally, and one of the conversations she had with Sally, she was talking about how like Sally was basically saying like the whole story about like it didn't transfer, but she was asking the girl Tangerine if she could help like when she got there, because I don't know if you know, like she was supposed to come to meet Chance. The girl from Michigan was going to come in and stay and meet Chance, and she never showed up. Like that was her. So yeah, but I don't know. Like she said that she couldn't transfer it, and she was supposed to help her with the paperwork. So she was. I think she wants to try, but I don't think no one's really going to be, too quick to jump up and be like, "Hey, we'll assist
You know what?
you."
I gave my mom my lawyer's name, my lawyer's phone number. She didn't take it up. That's not my, you know what I'm saying? There's only
Yeah,
so much
yeah,
I'm not going to
yeah.
call my lawyer and be like, okay, look, this is my mama's name and this is blah blah's name. And can you take, no, that's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, like if my mama was disabled and I was taking care of my mama, that's something different. But I'm going to tell
Right.
you this right now. When my mama passes away, Chance is going to a home. Don't nobody want his ass.
Yeah, and I don't. I think Chance is a very unrealistic disconnect from what's going to happen to him when something.
So it's funny because earlier in the video, Lynn was like, well, there's no way to get Chance into a home because they're all full. It doesn't work like that, so stop suggesting it. But now she's like, oh, well, when Sally passes away, we're just going to put him in a home. So it's like, well, if as soon as this is the same thing as when Chance says when Sally passes away, he's going to buy his own house and live on his own. It's like, why are we waiting for Sally to pass to do all this stuff? If all of these options are feasible now, let's just do them now, right?
Happens to Sally, because you think the one person that takes care of him, loves him, the fact he would show some kind of appreciation to, like some kind of gratitude. Like he should be kissing the ground she walks on, and like the way he treats her, it's like, dude, yeah, he's in for a whole awakening.
I'm telling you, he should be bowing down. He should be doing everything my mother asks.
And it's like
Washing dishes,
that's his big
doing
thing. Like
laundry.
that's his big
Dude,
thing.
you're 30-something years old and you can't wash your own clothes? You can't get up off your lazy ass and wash some dishes for your mother who
He can't even shower himself. I mean, come on, all the kid cares about is being on his computer and calling people out. Like that's all he gives a fuck about. He doesn't even give a fuck about washing his ass. Like it's kind of fucked. Like he got a dick infection because he doesn't wash himself. Like Jesus Christ, man! And you have to have your mom take you too. Like Chance, what the fuck? Get your shit together. Like I don't know. I get your frustration.
my mom doesn't.
I'm not even in the household, and I get your frustration. So it's like, yeah.
My mom doesn't bathe him anymore. She walked away from it. Like I mean, like literally, because like there's only like I don't know. There's only so much you can do for somebody. Like
Right.
literally, like she stopped doing stuff for him. Like just because she physically can't do it anymore.
Yeah, he's a grown man. Shit.
Like he is 31. I mean, he should be able to bathe like by himself.
But that's what I mean. He's used to being babied with everything, so he sits there and he just lets it happen. He just lets it happen.
The reason my mom was bathing the back half of him is because his arms will not go straight. He cannot get.
He's got those little T-Rex arms. Yeah, he's got those little T-Rex arms.
Because they're normal arms. They're just
those little shoulders.
His
shoulders. He's got no.
How are they normal arms if there's something so wrong with them that he can't reach his own back to clean himself as an adult? Also, like, I don't know, get him a shower brush or something at that point. Do you know how many disabled people there are out there, like actually seriously disabled, that wash themselves and they just like find ways around it to take care of themselves? Like they have tools that they use, they have special built showers so that they have like a handle that they can hold on to and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, most people who have some type of a disability, they want to function as much as they possibly can. Like, I've known people in my life who are missing a limb or they've had a stroke and now they don't have control over certain parts of their body. And it's like they want desperately to be as independent as they possibly can. And if there's a tool that they can get, if there's some type of a walker or a cane or, like I said, some shower equipment, something that's going to make it so that they don't have to ask somebody else for help. At least in my anecdotal experience, they always want to have that thing because they want to be as independent as possible. Chance could do all this stuff, and he pretends that he can't because he's perfectly capable of it, but he has no desire to be independent. He wants it done for him.
Sorry, he's shaped like a bullet. No. He's shaped like, you remember Super Mario, the little black bullet that comes across the screen? It's like Chance, like the black bullet.
The boy's got some strength. The boy's got some power.
I always
will-
say, like, when he wears his little basketball jersey, I'm like, he's got to be careful because his body's gonna pop through that neck hole any second. Like those shoulders are just gonna drop around his ass. He's gonna be standing there naked and shit.
Okay, be nice. Jeez.
Yeah, he deserves it. Come on. To some extent, it's
Okay,
like,
well, I mean, like, that's my nephew. Damn it. No, I really don't care. I cannot defend the boy anymore. I can't. I mean, like, logically, the things I've seen, I can't defend. There's no defending it. What am I supposed to say? I don't live in their house. My mom lives in where does she live? In Kenmore. I'm over in I'm not even in actual Akron. I'm close. I'm like on the literal borderline of Akron and Cuyahoga Falls. It's called
yeah.
We have our own little. We are called North Hill. We are not called Akron. We are called North Hill. If you look it up, it's
Yeah, Akron's kind of Akron's getting a bad name. Like, I don't know if you look on Google, that's kind of Akron's getting a bad name. Like, if you look on Google Maps and you go look at your mom's address, oh my God, like the Google reviews at her house, holy shit, brutal. Gee.
Which is wrong because they're illegally representing that address as like a museum and all these other things, and it's been flagged, and I can't believe why they're still up.
Yeah. Probably because you can't control the influx at this point. I guess probably like you delete them and 10 more are gonna pop up. And that's the thing. Like, I don't get how he's not seeing that. Like, each day the audience is growing. Each day, like, more people are coming in. Like, you got to realize.
What gets me? The only thing that really bothers me is them stealing everything from my mom. Like, literally stealing everything from her porch. Like, they can't have a chair on the porch. Someone's gonna come and take it.
Okay, so this is what happened,
they had to
right?
take down the light fixture.
Okay, I saw that. I saw that in the body cam. Ed was talking about they to take it down. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, but here, so this is why this happened, right? So
it doesn't matter why.
I know. I'm just. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. Hold on. I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. Don't kill the messenger. But so Chance doing his thing, talking shit, decides he's gonna call a bunch of people out and then just vanish, right? So people were like, all right, how do we draw him out? Like, and
he was vanished because my mom took his computer away.
There's never been any extended period of time where he was actually off the internet. These are just complete excuses every time.
Yeah. Well, it was that too when he was dating this girl Jasmine, and that girl Jasmine was like keeping him off because she wanted like him to herself. Like, that's another thing we get pissed off about, the buddy trolls, the people who act like they're friends with him and shit, because it's like, dude, you're not helping him. You're like you're creating the delusions. You're like,
who was that girl? There was this one girl, and she could talk to him and get him calm. It was pissing everybody off because she was keeping him calm.
That, I think, was that like a couple months ago?
I don't know. I only seen like 2 videos of it, so I don't know when it was. But like, this girl, she was literally like, she could calm him down. Sweetheart, think, calm down.
I think that's the Strawberry Sunshine videos, and then eventually there was another video where that's okay, because there's 2 times he pulled out a stylus on camera, and both times were with girls, and he got caught cheating each time. So he, like, okay, the first time, I don't know if it was the first or second time, but the first time that I know of was with Tange Cat, I think, because that's when everyone was shocked, because the second time he came on, they were kind of like, all right, we've already been through this. But yeah, like, so someone was pretending to be a mentally impaired transgender girl, and Chance was flirting with her and sending her while he's dating someone else.
It's amazing that Chance is such a degenerate that even when he thinks he has an actual girlfriend in his life who loves him, which would be like a miracle for him to ever come across that's not a buddy troll in the first place, right? Even when he believes in his heart that he has that, he still wants to send those types of pictures of himself to other people, even if they're a guy, if they're transgender, if they're mentally impaired, if they're underage. Like, it's like he has this exhibitionism thing where he just wants as many people as possible to see it. It's like, as he flashes it on live stream with thousands of people in there, it's like that's his like biological imperative. It's just to show it to people all the time. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
So they get him up on panel and confront him with the evidence, and it came out of left field because Champ wasn't expecting to be confronted with your cheating allegations. So they catch him off guard. The girl gets upset, and then Chance disappears off screen.
What was the time? What was the time that he had the Bic pen? Because it wasn't a stylus. He had an actual Bic, those Bic roller pens, that you pull the blue cap off and.
Oh, see, one time I know for sure it was a stylus, because one time he did say pen. Maybe he did mean pen. Maybe it was a pen. But there's two incidents that are on camera.
It was a pen, because my mom went up and took the pen away.
Oh my God!
I was in the living room. My mom went up and took the pen away.
Wait, so you were there when all this shit was going on? Because this is crazy.
Just that one.
Because
he was screaming. He was screaming so loud. I was on the phone with my mom, and he was screaming so loud. And I'm like, Mom, what's going on? She's
hold on. This is exactly what you heard. You need to quit. You want me to do it? Is this what you want? You need to quit.
That's the one. I was in the living room. Because I was on the phone with my mom. No, I was on the phone with my mom, and he was screaming like someone was in his room or something. Like this was happening in the house.
Yeah.
And I started to freak for my mom. So I'm like, Mom, I'm coming. I'll be there in like. I'm gonna speed. I'm gonna take the back road, but I'm gonna speed. So I'll be there. And I did. I went 50 straight to my mom's house because I wasn't about to have him jump my mom.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was yelling at. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But when I got there and mom was sitting down in that living room and she was laughing.
There's some times that like Sally's pulled the internet, and I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, dude, he's gonna whoop her ass for pulling the internet, because
he gets up in her face and he tries to put his hands on her, and Ed steps in. Now,
there's one time that he did that, and Ed popped him in the mouth. And what does Chance do? He hops on panel with a couple of people with a bloody mouth screaming at him, well, gee! Because they were like, dude, did Ed punch you in the mouth? And he's like, well, gee, if you guys didn't me, I wouldn't have to freak out. Like, it's not us causing you. You're the one running around like a little angry out, bro. What's wrong with you? Like,
when Ed did that, he ended up leaving for 2 weeks from my mom's house.
Yeah, we heard the 911 call, and Ed was screaming in the background, and Chan's like, you don't understand, you don't know my life, and Ed's like, I'm out of here. Yeah, we heard it all.
He left for 2 weeks.
He probably needed to decompress. Shit. Like, I don't know. Okay. So Ed, for the longest time, we all thought Ed was kind of funny. We all were like, damn, dude, poor Ed. Like he seemed like a normal one in the house. So we were like, damn, like
Ed is normal.
And then the more you watch the videos, you're like, oh, damn, he's kind of participating in the covering up, or not the tomfoolery too. Like he's not a predator. Okay, come on.
Okay, wait, hold on.
But hold on, I think Ed. I think from his point, he's probably like, man, what am I gonna do?
No, wait, hold on. Well, all this stuff is going on. Ed is at work. Ed comes home. He gets the story. He doesn't get the facts. Ed doesn't see the videos. He gets the story. And so, what is the guy supposed to do? He's supposed to believe his woman, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys see Ed reacting with the police there and stuff, Ed had just got home from work. Ed just got the story and the police are there. So Ed's reacting to the story that he got as he got home from work.
So he just kind of walked into it, and yeah.
Ed gets home. I'm telling you, Ed leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning. Ed don't get home until 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
What is Ed doing? She's already said that Ed had all these surgeries and like he can barely function himself. What is Ed doing for work that at the time that this video was made, that at the time this interview was conducted, he's working from 5 in the morning to 8 p.m. at night? Again, this is just, I highly doubt a lot of things that she's saying, and I don't even need any evidence to doubt it. It's just everything I know about these people in this household. I'm like, there's no way. I don't see Ed as like a workaholic.
Yeah.
Ed walks in that door every single night as something new. And you wonder why Ed left for 2 weeks after punching the dumbass in the mouth?
I see, like, from my perspective, like, okay, I used to have a very bad temper, right? Very, very bad temper, which I've learned to curb now, and I don't agree with violence anymore. So I don't know, but Chance is the one person I'd probably bend it for. I don't know how the Fed even deals with this shit, because I'd just be punching him on the regular. Like, anytime his little ass jumps up, just sit his ass right down. Like, I don't know, like, what the else can you do? Like, if he's going to be violent, like, what else can you do if he's going to be stuck in the house?
When Ed punched him, it came to a boiling point. There was like, he could not hold anything back anymore. He could not. Things that Chance was saying to my mom.
Like, what the f is he, like, okay, What the f do you even say negatively to your mom? First off, because she takes care of him, she pays for everything, she protects him at all costs. So what the f? I don't see. That's what I mean. Like, that's why we get.
He talks to my mom like the filthiest sailor you've ever met.
Why is she letting this happen?
Because
What you gonna do? I know. Bless you, bless you. That's where it comes back to that. Like
My
okay,
mom has
he's got
tried
a $3,000 racing rig in his room. He's got a Xbox in his room. He's got to take his toys away. Show him like, okay, you want to provide for your family. This is what the f you're gonna do. You're costing all this money. You're costing attention. You're costing dollars in the house now because he's cost a couple $1,000 worth of damage to the walls. And
where's my owl? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing a game while we're talking.
No, go ahead. No, but he's got like, you know, he's caused damage to the house. Like, so, okay, make him pay for it. Show him responsibility. But okay, so she's afraid of him again.
Where is he gonna money to pay
hold on. He's got a big boy racing rig up there. His little zip zoom rig. You know, his racing rig. That's a couple $1,000.
No,
hawk that
what's
shit.
The racing rig?
The little e-driver, his little e-racing rig, the little computer thing he's got to race his car. Those are actually worth money. He's got.
You mean the thing that his dad sent him? Not my brother, but his adopted father.
The racing rig, right?
The steering wheel that he drives a fake car on.
Yeah, he's got the little seat belt for the G-force. So he doesn't.
That came from his adopted father.
So he doesn't fly out of his seat while he's racing in the bedroom. Oh my God, Chance! You've never seen it? You've never seen it? See, you need to. Okay, here's my. Okay, you being related to him, I can send you a playlist, and let me tell you, there's some hilarious shit. Okay, so he has these suspenders. They're rainbow suspenders, might I add you. They're rainbow colored suspenders. He has them attached to a chair that he puts around himself while he races. So because it controls the G-forces of his chair, so he doesn't fly out of his chair while he's racing.
Wait, it's suspenders, not an actual
seatbelt. No.
It's the rainbow suspenders that were sent to him that he doesn't even understand, like, the irony of.
Suspenders, like that you put on pants. Yeah, go ahead. Just let that soak in for a second. Just let it marinate. See what I mean? He's funny. If he wouldn't have did all this dumb shit, the dark shit, I don't know if you ever heard of Beetlejuice, but there's this guy named Beetlejuice. He's like,
I know the movie Beetlejuice.
No. The guy Beetlejuice. He used to be on the Howard Stern show. He's like,
God, she can never let somebody finish a point. Every time that he opens his mouth, she tries to interrupt and act like she knows what he's talking about already, but she's not smart enough to, like, figure out where he's even going with a sentence, so she's usually wrong anyway. And then on top of that, whenever he tries to say something and she disagrees with it, or she thinks that she's going to preemptively disagree with it, she goes, hold on, and she'll literally just scream hold on until he actually stops, and then she'll say her unrelated and incorrect answer. I could not be having this conversation with her. I might have rage quit this interview.
He's a little black version of Chance, I guess you could say. Like,
no, I don't know.
He's got cross eyes and he's kind of slow, but this dude made a lot of money off his shit because he's funny, you know. And like, Chance is actually kind of funny if it weren't for the fuck shit. Like that's how I got lured in, because I saw the fight and I'm like, what the? And then, you know, you start watching and you're like, oh, this dude's kind of fun. Why'd they beat him up? And then I got to the Billy shit and I'm like, oh, okay. And then you start watching more and you're like, oh. And then after a while, you're like, I want to beat him up too. And then after a while, you're like, oh, this guy, let's make his life hell. Like, that's why, like, guys like CVG, like, he's even said he used to just watch from the sidelines, like, and then Chance started coming after him and calling him out because all he was doing was simply just restreaming the shit that Chance was doing. Like, Chance will sit there and say, they edited my shit, they chop it up, this and blah, blah, blah. Listen, these are live videos that are not cut and edited in any way. They let them play out, like hour-long videos of him just for an hour straight telling people to go die, go yourself, you know.
Yeah,
like,
see, you know what's funny is
Chance
people don't like that way.
Shit, people don't like that shit. We're not.
He was not raised that way. I do not know where that boy got that from.
I highly doubt that he wasn't raised that way. You were randomly racist earlier in this conversation, completely unprompted. And the slurs and the racism that he uses, it's not even like current lingo. Like, it's not even things that people say now. It sounds like a racist person from like the 60s or 70s. Like, N-word boy? He's the only person under 60 years old I've ever heard say that. You would have to find like a black and white clip to hear someone call someone an N-word boy. He talks like Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained, and he learned that from somewhere. I highly doubt that Sally and Dale Lynn are these like very accepting, progressive individuals. That is not the vibe that I get from them.
I don't know.
The NIGG and the Jew and the
Yeah, because he's like, you know, one of my favorite Cyraxx quotes is, "I'm a real thug." Like he was threatening someone on a video.
God.
I'm from the street. I'm a real thug. Like,
no, he's not.
Sit your dumb ass down, boy.
Wait. Listen, he was born in Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah, he's soft as. Yeah, I know. Moved down to Florida. Moved down to Florida.
No. He lived in Washington, Seattle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
what is it? On the farm. In Washington.
Okay, so I stand corrected. I made fun of him for wearing the Mariners jersey. I was like, I don't think he's ever even been to Seattle. But there, Dale Lynn goes correcting me. Even old Morty gets something wrong once in a while. That's all me.
Bella something Washington.
Yeah, he lived on the farm for a while. Then moved down to Florida.
No, it wasn't a farm. Not even a farm.
He had said it was like a farm. He lived on the farm in Washington for a while.
No, it wasn't a farm.
Oh.
It was a great big plot of land. My uncle had their whole house up built. My grandmother had one of those trailer homes. My grandmother. And my mom and Chance lived with my grandmother and my step-grandfather in the trailer to take care of my grandmother and my step-grandfather, who were both deaf. Well, they passed away.
Yeah.
They've lived in New York for a short period of time because Chance's adopted father was in the army. We won't bring him into any of this either because he has nothing to do with it. He's no longer married to my mama.
Yeah, we know. I guess he couldn't put up with Chance. He's got him the fighter there, so yeah.
That's not the reason why, but
well, okay. Well, Chance said
keep it in his military pants.
See, Chance said it was because, like, well, first it was because he was an alcoholic, and and then he said it was because he couldn't handle him. So, like, you don't really know.
Nope. He got when his time in Alaska came up, they stationed him in New York. My mom was visiting my grandma in Washington and refused at first to go to New York until he said, "If you do not come, I will file divorce." And then my mom said, "Okay, we'll come, you know, blah, blah, blah." And then she took a little bit longer. And so, like, he didn't think she was coming. So he started dating this chick in New York because he didn't think my mom was coming.
Yeah.
And, like, my mom finally showed up unannounced. And, like,
shit.
They got a divorce because he wasn't keeping it in his pants.
Oh, shit.
The real
story.
So
wait, she just took off with him? She was like, "I'm out of here." Well, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Woman scorn. Don't play.
Well, he was already going to file because she kept pussyfooting around getting, you know, mom was taking her sweet old time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can't really, I'm like, because it was grandma, you know, like taking care of grandma.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you don't stick with your marriage, things are going to happen. The man's going to, you know, find his room somewhere else.
See, I guess, like, to an extent, but I don't know. Like, I come from a broken home, so, like, I don't know. I was the type that, like, I did a lot of shit like that growing up, you know, and then, I don't know, you got to grow up and realize it's not cool to do that to people, you know, like, so, I don't think
yeah, but
cool.
when you sit there for 2 years, and you're trying to get your spouse come be with you, and your spouse says, "Okay, I'm coming," and then they don't come, and excuse after excuse, you kind of like, they're not gonna come.
But then it's like he should, you know, like, I don't know. I think from the man's perspective, you'd be like, "Listen, this, you know, I'm starting to have other thoughts. Like, you need to get out here." Like, I don't know. I think communication's everything. So, but a lot of people don't understand that. That was the problem.
Okay, see, what people? Okay, yeah, dude is a biker drunk hothead now.
Oh, so that's the biker gang that Vance grew up around. Because I grew up around, you know, biker gangs. I know.
No, he has not.
Listen. Chance grew up around biker gangs. He grew up around street thugs selling crack and like running shit. Like he went to jail and almost listen. Chance went to jail and like shit shut down. Like they had to shut down movement because Chance Wilkins was in jail. Like the superstar was in jail. So like shit stopped. CEOs were in line. Like he was telling CEOs like, yo, sit your ass down. Like he was running that shit while he was there. He was having a good old time, like, which is weird because
Yeah, sure he was.
like what the weirdest thing is like when he got out, right? Like he talked to Michael Hacking on the phone for a little bit, and like I've never heard Chance that calm. Like as I heard him in that conversation after he got out of jail, like he sounded so calm and normal, which you thought is the first. Like he called him right when he got out of jail, I guess, right when he got home, and if you think he would have been going through the roof, and like Chance was completely cool. He said, yeah, I was in there, and it's like he didn't even know what time he went to court because he's talking about like, I got in. He's saying he got on deck at like 8 a.m. and then his court was like at 8 a.m. So there was a confusion. Michael's like, what? But I don't know. I don't think he knows what's going on half the time. So
are you talking about this time he was in jail?
Yeah, this last time. Yeah. He basically went in, from what we understand, he went in because the paperwork shows that he went in, basically got through processing and shit, and they sent him to psych. And when they sent him to psych, they just gave him a single man cell, and he went to bond court and shit. Right after bond court, he got his bond and went back up on deck until they called him down. So it's not like we all know he was out in a few hours, but yeah. But he was just so calm. I was just saying, like, he was so calm.
He was actually in until the next day.
Right. He got arrested at night. Right. He got arrested at night. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and then he didn't get out till like almost like 6 o'clock the next day. It was like 6 o'clock, I think, is when he got home. Because we knew almost instantly.
Mom said it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon that they released him.
Yeah. Well, because he hopped online. It was about 5, 6 o'clock. Because I remember I was in someone else's stream, this dude Metal Gear Rax, and I was watching his stream, and then we were keeping an eye on the Xbox because when Chance gets home, was the first thing he's gonna do. And what did he do? He went home and went on Fortnite. So we knew right when he got home. So yeah.
See, how is he getting internet for his Xbox though when there's no internet? The internet.
Well, see, your mom. We don't know if your mom really knows or not, and I guess obviously she doesn't because she's saying she thinks it's a VPN. It's not. That's not how it works. Whatever Chance is telling her, it's bullshit. What's probably is one of your neighbors has open Wi-Fi for sure. One of your neighbors has open Wi-Fi, and he's jumping off of their signal. Like for sure. That's the only. It's either that. Or his phone is really old, right? He's got an old ass Obama phone, right?
No, he doesn't have an Obama phone. He has a Cricket phone from Cricket.
See, does the Cricket phone have internet? Because if the Cricket phone has internet, he might be able to use his phone as a hotspot.
See, that's what I was asking my mom. Does he have a hotspot on her phone? And she doesn't know anything about cell phones. And Chance won't let me touch his phone, so...
Yeah, I wonder why it is that Chance doesn't want people snooping around in his devices. It's totally not because of anything nefarious on there.
You go, tell her, well, she pays for his phone. Tell her to go on, call Cricket, tell them take hotspot off because he's probably got hotspot. They take hotspot off. That eliminates half the problem anyways because he's making stream videos now. And stream videos, it needs a higher bit of bandwidth.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I have to take my headphones off to put my glasses back on. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to clean my glasses.
Oh, you go. But yeah, it's like it's got to be. He's got to be jumping off one of your neighbors. It's got to be, or he's got to be doing hotspots. So your mom could just easily call Cricket and ask, does he have hotspot? And if he does, cut that shit off. If it's the neighbors though, I mean, you can't really do anything at that point because I don't know. The neighbors is a
well, no, because we could go around to the neighbors and have them password their internet.
I mean, yeah, because I'm sure the neighbors are tired of cars pulling up all day. I'm sure the neighbors are tired of the police activity. I'm sure they would probably be like, you know what, if that prevents this, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they would. So, I mean, shit, it's just a matter of literally you got to put hammers down, go in this room and do you little terror, sit your ass down. Because, okay, listen, your mom's afraid of him, but he's more afraid of the police than your mom's afraid of him. So you know what, sit your ass down. You get up and get in our face. See, I wish I was out there because I'd tell him, sit your ass down. If you're going to put our lives like this, he's costing your mom her health, ultimately, okay? Regardless of, a lot of people are angry about the tax dollars going to wasted resources and shit like that, which you got to understand that, we work hard and taxpayer dollars, we 100 and something calls over bullshit that could be prevented, and then on top of it, playing you don't know what's going on when your son's upstairs wilding out you know, but you don't know what to do. So it's like, you know, it's like they look at her like she's an enabler, and it's like,
It's just okay. I can tell you for my mom, she's at that point, like her hands are in the air, and she's like, "I've done what I can do. I'm like, you know, like she's had these surgeries. She's had a stroke. Like this last time she was in the hospital, she literally hit the floor and she was turning purple. My mom was dying when she got admitted to the hospital this last time. It wasn't just like something small and minor.
Did Chance find her, or was it Ed?
Ed.
Thank God. 'Cause I don't know, like I said, like I don't know.
I feel bad because
I don't wish no ill on your mom like that. I don't wish no ill on nobody like that. So I don't.
No, but see, I feel bad because I was at mom's house and I left her there, and she said she wasn't feeling okay. And I thought she was talking about like
who's to expect, you know what I mean? You don't ever think, you know what I mean? Come on.
Well, no, I was thinking that it was just the stress and that
Right.
if I left,
Yeah.
because this was the day, this is another day that I had that fight. I had another fight with Chance, and that's the day, you know, that was the same day that mom, because I thought she wasn't feeling good because of the stress. So I said, you know, I'll go home. I will remove myself if that will calm him down and, you know, stop the stress for you. I'm going to go home. And if you need me, you know, call me and I will come back. I didn't think that I thought that's why she wasn't feeling good, was because of that stress situation.
Right.
I genuinely wonder what would be an actual wake-up call for this family. Like, it feels like they all, like she said, just have their hands up to the extent that they all refuse to stop enabling him, but they refuse to take accountability or responsibility for anything that he does. And no matter what horrible thing happens to any of them, like even them themselves, they just don't, like, they don't even want to think about a solution. They're just like, oh, well, this is just life with Chance. It's a crazy mentality to me. I can't imagine if I had a family member that was having these effects on me, having these effects on, you know, my mom or on like a close family member, that I could ever bring myself to the point where I'm just like, it just is what it is. These are the side effects of, you know, having this cousin or whatever. But it's like they've all lived with it for so long that they've normalized it. They think this is normal relationships.
If I would have stopped and looked at her, like, you know, maybe, you know, asked her a few more questions.
Well, but
like,
you're thinking from a rational point, like, shit, she's going through all this shit. You're not thinking, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to think that, obviously. So shit, you can't. I mean, there's always in life, you know, hindsight's always 20/20. So you're always gonna want to hold yourself accountable or say like, oh, I wish I could have did this, but there's nothing you could have did. You know what I mean? You did the best you could. You probably figured at the time, shit, it'll ease up tension for her. So you did the right thing and walked out, because if not, Chance would chance out.
Dude, if I didn't walk out, there would have been. I would have went up the stairs, and there would have been consequences. I would have went to jail.
I don't know, like putting like hands on women and shit. It's not cool. It's like not.
I would have went to jail. I was literally like 30 seconds away from jail. And then the day my mom comes home from the hospital and Chance is immediately online, there was that big fight. That's when he disowned me, was because when my mom came from the hospital.
Whose credit card? Whose credit card was he using when she was in the hospital? Does your mom know did your mom check to see if he was charging her credit card? Because he was on the Xbox store. He's never on the Xbox store because Chance has no money. Okay. Like, we watch what he does.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Someone gives Chance money, and it's not my mom, and it's not Ed. It's someone from the YouTube group.
People don't appreciate you sending money to a person that's accused of sending their penis to a child. So that's where
there's actually like 2 or 3 people. Someone sends him money through Cash App. Someone sends him money through PayPal. And then there's another app. I can't think of the name of it, but they send him money through this other app. And it's not little amounts of money. I mean, this is where Chance buys like his Xbox. Mom didn't buy him that Xbox. These people gave him this money, and that's how Chance got these things. Now, the racer thing, that came from his dad for Christmas. Not his biological dad.
Right. Okay, but what I was saying about the racing rig, like, that's a very expensive rig. Like, shit, you've caused all this damage in the house. Go sell rig of his. Make him pay for the damage he caused in the house. Make him pay for the internet that he wants to be on. Make him pay for, you know what I mean? Make him pay for his own lawyer. Make him pay that bond money back, because your mom, she thinks she's getting that bond money back because he's going to court. That shit's, you know, that shit's dead, right? Like,
It's kind of insane that Chance would literally rather sleep on the floor on rags and have bugs everywhere and wear clothes that are, you know, children's youth Walmart clothes that he's had for 10 years that are falling off of him. He would rather live in that condition and like have a video game to play than not have the video game and be able to improve his standard of living by any metric.
like court fees, like he's gonna have probation costs. He's gonna be paying money. How the fuck is he gonna pay money? He ain't getting no job. Like if they put him on probation, it's over. He's going to jail at some point because they ain't gonna put up with his shit. They're not gonna put up with that. You're a YouTube rapper and shit. They're gonna be like, man, take your flats out and go do something, shit. And we don't want him handling our fries at McDonald's. So I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. And any job he gets, like they're gonna cook his ass. They're gonna get him fired quick. So I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. But
He can't hold a job. There's just no way. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, he can't take no type of direction. No, there ain't no way.
exactly. Like he wouldn't even make it. I don't think he'd make it through an interview.
Hey, he would have. Hey, he would have been born a wrestler. Like back in the.
Oh, can you imagine? Dale Lynn just said, I don't think he'd even make it through an interview. Can you imagine him at an interview? They're like, we see this gap in your resume. And he's like, yeah, the gap is because for the last 7 years, a man named Music Biz Marty, who made a pass at me, by the way. Well, let me jump all the way back. There was a lady named Mastro Mafia. No, absolutely, he would be escorted out of the building immediately. Even for, like, McDonald's.
80s, he could have been a wrestling personality for sure. Like, his ass could have been, like, up there with Hulk Hogan. Like, holy shit, the way he talks, like, he's got that voice. He could have been a funny little fit, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's tough. Like, the human side of me wants to feel bad for him sometimes. And it's like, you get that I think about the shit he does, and I'm like, ooh, yep.
What's funny is when my brother was alive, Chance used to talk so meekly, so childish, with a childish tone in his voice, so meek, so mild when my brother was alive. And it's like, after literally, like, we're talking just mere days after my brother died, Chance got this, like, masculine.
Yeah, because the person that could stop him is now gone. Like, the person that.
It's kind of funny how there's all these conflicting ideas of when he actually became a problem. I would venture to guess it's way before anybody says it is, because in Sally's interview with Tangerine Cat on that phone call, she says that Chance was very well behaved until he graduated from high school, and then he became a problem. Now, there's two reasons that doesn't make sense. One, he was doing not well-behaved things in high school, you know, like lying and saying kids pushed him off the roof when that never happened, the blind Billy situation. Like, he was already a nuisance then. But two, he never graduated from high school. He dropped out in his 20s, so neither of those things are true. But that's when she says it is. Dale Lynn acts like, you know, he didn't do anything wrong until Bill passed away. But by the time Bill passed away, he had already been having all types of issues. Like I said, that was after the Blind Billy incident. That was after him getting expelled from school for lying and saying that the kids pushed him. There was tons of stuff by then. So it's like, not only are all of those things post him being a huge problem, and also nobody wakes up one day and just becomes an issue. Like, there were signs. He was probably an issue at a very young age, and it just escalated because they always protected him. But the family can't even keep their story straight about when it is that he got this way.
I mean, his language got worse.
Sally said so much to what she told someone in the past was that basically, like, the day he turned 18, his mouth just changed. And maybe if that coincides with when, you know, Bill passed, but
no. Chance was in his 20s when Bill passed.
Okay, the way she made it sound is like the day he turned 18, he just started like, I'm an adult now, I don't gotta take this shit anymore.
No, she's not joking. She's not joking about that, but Bill curbed him real quick. Bill would put him in his place. Yes, they got in some physical fights.
Like, I wonder in my head sometimes, I'm like, what does he believe is going to happen, like, when the real world hits him? Like, what, like, say they do put him in a group home, like, he's going to get up in the first day or two. Like, they're going to beat the fuck out of his ass. Like, he goes to jail. Oh, my God. Like, ooh. Like, he gets in GP with his personality, like, I'm telling you, he's gonna be washing underwear for coffee balls and doing such shit because they're gonna be from up. Like the way he
Well, I
acts,
don't know.
like
He did something when he was in Summit County. I'm telling you, he did something. He had protection while he was in there. He did something because these guys come out with him and they were all buddy with him. He did something in there that he made friends in there.
just now,
I don't know what he did.
this
I don't
past
know what he
time,
said.
this past time.
This last time, yes.
Well, probably because they probably saw Cyraxx and they're probably like, you know, like they're gonna buddy up to him. Hell yeah, because he's a Lolcow. They're gonna go back home and be like, bro, I was in jail with Cyraxx. But like, you got to realize there's probably like a couple goofies on the deck like that. But then like, you're gonna have like soldiers on the deck and shit like that. People who can't be around civilized human beings, and like they're gonna look at Chance and dude, they're gonna start taking his foot. Like I'm telling you, like I don't know, maybe I don't know. I guess it depends on where you go, you know. But he is not gonna make it in jail. Like he'll probably have a couple people that'll fly with him, but the first time his mouth goes off, like in jail, it's different than I don't know, like. I don't know. In jail, it's like respect is everything. Respect is everything. Like in there, like
jail would be a major reality check for him unless he takes jail the same way my son did.
See, and I think Chance.
My son thinks jail is a joke.
See, now that he's labeled a 43-2, like I don't think they're gonna put him in GP either. Though, if he was to be sentenced to county time, there's no way around it. He'll get stuck into general population, like eventually at some point.
No, they have Summit County has a wing just for the Looney Tunes.
Damn.
But that means he's not going to learn his lesson. He's going to be in a hospital room
telling people
pampered.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, he's going to have everyone thinking he's a big rapper and shit, and they'll all believe him because they don't know no better.
Because they're lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, I would be fine with that. I understand that after all these years, people want him to be like actually punished in some way. They want him to have like a horrible experience in prison and stuff like that. And I'm not disagreeing with that by like any stretch of the imagination. But if he got put into some type of a group home where he was being supervised by people or a mental hospital of some kind where like nurses and doctors and psychiatrists actually kept him off the internet, where he couldn't actually commit crimes or do harm to anybody ever again, I don't really care if he's being like fed Jello and he has like a comfortable time in there because it's like stopping the harm. You know what I mean? Like I get it. If I got to hit a button and one of the buttons said jail and one of the buttons said mental hospital, you know, I'm hitting the jail button. I'm totally with everybody on that. But if the jail button isn't available and it's only the mental hospital button, but he's going to have like a relatively comfortable life in the mental hospital and be off the internet, that's like fine by me. You know what I mean? Like that's probably the best end we're going to get to this if he doesn't actually go to prison.
He's going to come out with a fan club probably with his slow ass. Oh my God. I don't know. Like,
I think once they actually evaluate him, he won't be a 43. I think he will, at the first few days until they actually get a psychiatrist or a therapist in there.
And they'll see he's not.
To literally get into the bones of this butthead's brain.
Right.
Then he's going to go to Gen Pop. Once he hits Gen Pop and those people find out, like, they're going to know that he's being called up.
Right.
Do you know what's going to happen?
And
he's
they're
not going to have anybody buddies in there and not in Gen Pop. Once he gets his complete evaluation and he does do jail time.
The way he looks, they're not going to try to hear that someone set me up shit. Ain't none of that. Like, they're going to look at him, hear that shit, and it's instant flight. They're going to take flight. I don't know. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, these realities need to be conveyed to him. But he's not, he don't take shit serious anyways. Like, I can literally, while I'm on the phone with you, I could play some shit he was saying like a couple of days ago. It's like he's inviting people to your mom's house still. Like, and he's the one, like, here's the thing, right? Like, it's going to get to the point someone is going to get hurt. You know what I mean? And like, all jokes aside, like, shit's kind of funny watching him get arrested and shit. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that shit was funny. He deserves it. Like, but all jokes aside, like, the shit's got to chill. Like, so there's got to be a breaking point. I don't know when it's going to happen. I can't speak for anyone else. Like, I know I myself have been tempted to show. I've been tempted to show up at court. Like, for real. Like, I wanted to go on the 24th, but I'm like, ain't shit going to happen. They're just going to continue this shit. So should I really feel like that's how bad like this shit with him bothers me? And there's lots of
everyone's thinking, okay, well, this might happen or that might happen. I'm not going to show. Well, it's when everybody says, this or that's going to happen, I'm not showing. Well, y'all don't show. There's no one to like.
Well, I think
Make that
I think the public defender is going to convey to him right away because yeah, he's got the thing with your mom, but he doesn't have a background to suit really giving him any time or anything like that. Like, let's be honest. So like, I don't really see nothing too serious happen. They're probably just going to offer him probation, and his best bet's going to be to take that shit that day. And I think the states or the public defender's going to tell him like, listen, I know Chance is going to probably try to my evidence. Like, you don't understand. Like, they're nah, sit your ass down because if he tries to take this at all, the fake trial, they're going to dog walk him. Like, there's all the evidence that compiles that's against him. You know what I mean? It's so overwhelming that it's like, and I get from the point of like, again, we wrap back to the like, people are saying shit to your mom, and right, it's some of it's agreeable, some of it's not. Like, some things should be said, some shouldn't. Like, but like at the end of the day, they're words. Like, you don't have to come hop on the line challenging people to your house or like saying you're gonna beat people's asses or threatening people and then talking about people's kids, and then he starts just and then he drags your family into it. My family says this, so it's like it all just unwraps. It's like a snowball, and it just keeps going, and it's like, what the fuck?
What's funny is people don't realize. Okay, my kids.
Yeah,
my
how
kids
does they
do
feel
not-
about this shit? Like, damn.
My
like,
kids don't know. My kids have no contact whatsoever with Chance. They didn't grow up next to him. They don't have anything to do with him whatsoever.
yeah.
None. Okay. And then my grandkids don't know who he is. So to asking my kids what do they think or blah 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 whatever is no good because like my kids don't watch the videos on YouTube, so my kids don't know anything about what's going on.
Yeah,
My kids have no contact with my mom.
Yeah, it's probably
They have their own reasons as to why they don't have contact with my mom. I guess something happened while she was watching them and I was on the road.
no.
I don't know what it was. My kids would never tell me. I guess she was like super strict or something.
Oh, I was like, don't say all right.
No. Because like they got grounded or something, you know, because my mom, she was really, really strict with my children.
See, and that's going to be another thing that I don't know. Like, okay, because it seems like Sally sometimes with Chance, like, as much as she's like very lenient with him on things, she's very aggressive with him. She's very on his ass. So it's like sometimes he sits there and takes that shit, but when it comes to certain things that like if he has his mind set on stupid, like he's just not going to budge, and he's going to retaliate with anger and aggression. And that's when she starts backing down, I guess. But like, it seems like she gets on his ass a lot too, because the last girl that dated him, Jasmine, said like she'd be on the phone with him on video chats for like an hour or so, and then she'd constantly be screaming at him in the back. But I mean, dude, you got him causing all these problems. People are showing up at the house all day. And
my mom
he's
is
like,
super
hold on.
strict. Like
What was happening at the time was, I forgot to annotate this too. He was antagonizing people while doing his little disappearing act. He was antagonizing the other people. So that's why they started doing, oh, you want to keep poking us and stay your family in this? All right, we're going to drag them in now. So that's where that came from. But like, I don't know, like, this is such a thing that like you can't decompress this all in one conversation anyways. And it's like, it's such like, there's levels to this shit, right? And it's like, this is like, I don't know. I've never encountered anything like this in my life, and I think that's why I'm kind of fascinated with it, because it's like, I don't know, most people would just know when to budge.
It would be like a psychology case.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
This would be like,
there's another person.
If you were going to school for psychology or the fascination of the human mind or human behavior, this is the case for it.
Yeah, like a case about zero self-awareness and like no self-control and what it could lead to, and just
yeah, I mean, it's like a case study in complete and utter delusion and not having any understanding of like your place in the world. But I mean, we could go down an entire rabbit hole psychoanalyzing Cyraxx. I feel like we do sidebars on that constantly, but the fourth part of the interview cuts off there. So part one that we did yesterday covered the first and second video. Part 2 that we did today covered the third and fourth. And tomorrow we'll be back to wrap it up and do part 3 covering interviews 5 and 6. They do all cut kind of abruptly like that. I'm not 100% sure why. They're all roughly a half hour long, and a lot of times they cut mid-sentence, and then when they come back there, it seems like maybe a minute or two got missed. So I think the archive of this, it's very good, but it's like not perfect. There's a couple clips that are, you know, a minute here lost or a minute there lost. So we're doing our best with what we have available to us. But I think we've about pushed time as much as we can today. So that is going to be part 2 of the Dale Lynn interview. Like I said, we'll be back for the finale tomorrow. If you guys made it this far, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the community. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We've got some big things coming up. We've got some more TCAP videos. We have a huge interview coming up very soon with somebody involved, like a new interview, not one of these old interviews that I'm covering, but like me actually conducting an interview, which should be a lot of fun. We've got a big collab with another channel coming up soon that some of you guys might have heard some rumors about. It's going to be a big month. It's going to be a big month, so I hope you guys are ready. But that's it for today. So as always, until next time, stay away from the goblin. Don't let your son's klepto girlfriend live in your garage. And most importantly, have a good one.